Any of you here tried something or listened to a song or done anything not because you want to do it but because everyone around you was doing it? I bet everyone here have at least done it once in a lifetime. One moment you're perfectly fine and the next moment you feel like you're missing out on something that everybody else seemed to enjoy. I know, I felt the same too. And what is interesting about this is that most of us don't even realize that it happens. We think we are making our own decisions, but behind those decisions lies something quiet and powerful called trends. Today, I want to talk about not the loud powers, but the quiet powers of trends. When we hear the word trend, we think of something loud, like fashion, social media challenges, and viral dances. But trends are much more than that. Trends are patterns of behaviors. When the people around us do the same thing again and again, we think our human brain interprets that as the right thing. And when we see it repeatedly, we also want to do it. When I was in grade 9, a new mechanical pencil had just entered the market. And at first, I barely noticed it. But by the next week, almost half of my class had it. What changed wasn't the pencil, what changed was my attention towards it. This is one of the quiet powers of trends. They don't force us, they simply make something feel normal. And companies understand this so well. Advertising is never about just simply selling the product, it's about selling popularity. Brands work with influencers, and when we see it repeatedly, our human brain interprets that as the right thing. Brands also use limited edition labels and countdowns to create an urgency among people because people often value things when it's more rare or hard to get. Brands use this to trick people. Brands use limited edition labels and countdowns to create an urgency, and this requires a countdown. And when there's a countdown, people should make the decision fast. And of course, nobody likes to be left out or to miss an opportunity. You might have heard these phrases. It's trending now. It's limited edition. These phrases are carefully designed not to make us purchase it, but to make us afraid that we might miss out on something great. And this is where the FOMO enters, fear of missing out. The fear of missing out is the anxious feeling that you get when you believe that others are having fun, making money, or doing something great without you. It is often triggered by social media updates, and it often leads to constant phone checking and overcommitting. FOMO is driven by three basic human needs: the desire to belong, to stay connected, and to feel included. So you may ask, how is FOMO related to trends? Say a fashion trend goes viral. People buy the clothes, not because they like them, but because they don't want to feel left out. We don't just notice the trend, we notice our absence from it. This is one of the quietest power of trend. Understanding trends gives us something powerful: awareness. Awareness allows us to ask questions like, do I really like this? Am I doing this because it reflects me, or am I afraid of being left out? And trends change once in every year. Beauty standards. Every once in a year, beauty standards change. At one time, thin eyebrows were in fashion. Then came the thick eyebrows. At few places, tan skin were in fashion. And while the others idolized fair skin. Yet our faces didn't change overnight. Only the trend did. This is the quietest power of all. So now, does this mean trends are our enemies? Not at all. It all depends on how we use them. The question here isn't whether we follow trends or not. The question here is, what kind of trends are we a part of? Individuality does not come from following every trend. You can wear the trendy pants and do the viral dance challenge, only if it reflects you. It's about making conscious choices. But if our identity depends on following every trend we see on the internet, we might lose our personality. And we might stop asking, do I really like this? And we might start asking, what does everybody around me like? Trends disconnect actions from consequences. They make something feel normal, even before we know if it's good or not. But here's the twist. The quiet powers of trends are not always negative. The same force that spread comparison can also spread progress. Think about it. Mental health awareness, that became a trend. Talking about therapy, that became a trend. Sustainable fashion, also a trend. History has shown us both sides of the trends. In 1630s, Netherlands experienced what's now known as the tulip mania. Tulip bulbs, a flower, became so fashionable that people paid extraordinary prices for them. Not because suddenly the flower has become useful, but because everybody believed that they were valuable. As more people joined in, the prices kept rising and herd mentality took over. Instead of thinking independently, people started following the crowds. And as more people joined in, the prices kept rising. The trend, tulip mania, this reminds us that trends don't just influence on what we wear, they influence on what the entire society believed in. But trends can also create a positive change. In 1960s, India embraced what's now known as the Green Revolution. Farmers adopted better seeds, advanced farming methods, and better irrigation. At first, only one of the farmers adopted these, and the results spread like wildfire, and then the entire community followed. What started as a simple change ended up feeding millions of people. And this reminds us that when right idea spreads, trends don't just influence on what we wear, they also improve lives of people. So now, the question here isn't are trends good or bad? The question here is what kind of trends are we a part of? If trends can change the way we live today, what role will it play in shaping tomorrow? The future of trends are changing. Earlier, trends were only spread by fashion designers and celebrities, but now anyone can start a trend. Let me tell you an example. A man who entered a five-star restaurant was kicked out and was made fun of just because he was wearing a dhoti. The man went back and he started a textile revolution, and the man is none other than the R.K. Nagarajan. He introduced dhoti as a respect and the ethnic wear of honor. Like this, anyone can start a trend. You can start a trend, and even I can start a trend. We just need a phone, one post or an idea, and a video. With AI and technology that only shows us what we like, trends spread faster than before, and that's why it's more important to think before you follow something. So now, what am I really telling you today? I'm not telling you to stop following trends. That would be unrealistic. Trends are humans. We copy, we follow, and we adopt. But I'm asking you to pause. Before you follow something, ask, who benefits from this trend? Who gets harmed? Does this trend make me feel more confident or more insecure? Does it add value to my life or just pressure? Because the quiet powers of trends can be dangerous sometimes. Only when we're unconscious, when we move without awareness, when we mistake popularity for truth. Before I end my speech, I would like to leave 3 takeaways from my perspective. First, don't follow trends blindly. And popularity does not mean value. And lastly, you shouldn't always be the follower of a trend. You should also be the creator of positive trends. One day, someone will look back at our generation and define us by trends. They'll say, this was the era of short attention spans, or maybe this was the era of digital connection, or even this was the era that redefined identity. So the question here is, what do we want that sentence to be? Because the quiet powers of trends don't just predict the future, they create it quietly. So the next time something goes viral, don't just ask, is this popular? Ask, is this powerful? And more importantly, ask, does this better my life? Don't just follow trends, set them. Thank you.